Hi, this is Skylar McKay, founder of Think Better, Sell Better. I had a huge realization recently. A lot of salespeople think it's all about saying the right thing, but I believe that it's all about creating the right emotional environment. The best communicators do not create anxiety, they create anticipation. They make people feel good, they make people feel curious, they make people feel understood, they make people keep talking. And this completely changed the way I engage sales conversations. A lot of salespeople engage in conversations immediately talking about themselves. They immediately introduce their company, who they are, and what their goal is. The problem is that same person has heard that same opening hundreds of times. Their guard goes immediately up. They're already preparing to say no before the conversation even got started. What I've been learning is that rapport has to immediately be built, and not fake rapport. Not talking about the weather. I'm talking real rapport. Learn something about that person. Learn about their career path, how they got started in that position. Learn about their company. Have they been through any acquisitions? You have to learn, do your homework, learn as much about that person as possible. Then ask a genuine question. I want to give you a quick story. So I recently called a gentleman, okay? He was a VP of manufacturing and automations for a company, okay? So instead of immediately introducing myself, talking about myself, me, I just entered asking him a direct question. I saw, first of all, that he had held multiple different positions within that same company across quality, production, purchasing, I mean, you name it. So entering that conversation, I immediately talked about his background. I asked him a question. I asked him how, being in every position at the company, I'm sure that makes your new role in XYZ much more effective. This immediately got him to start talking to me. He started talking about his experience, and you could tell he was, impressed with the homework. Think about what everybody else is doing when entering a conversation. You want to stand out. So I promise you, asking the right questions and building rapport immediately is key. And more importantly, I built a positive environment with this gentleman. And because of the way the conversation felt in his eyes, he was more open to asking questions about me, the reason why I was even calling him in the first place. And that is the difference between anticipation and anxiety. Anxiety feels like pressure. It feels like someone trying to move you towards a decision before they got the chance to understand you. Anticipation feels like curiosity. It makes the person wonder where the conversation is going. It makes them feel like they might actually learn something useful out of the conversation. And another major realization is the person asking the questions is the one guiding the conversation. Always remember that. Be the one to ask the questions. Just like the old funny, FBI sit down, right? Where he's like, I'm the one asking the questions. That is a good point because the one asking the questions is the one in control. And that does not mean interrogating people. It means asking helpful questions that help explain, their position, what they're dealing with, and what they actually value. Instead of asking, do you need anything? Ask them, what would a supplier need to demonstrate before you would give them a real opportunity? Better questions create better answers. Better answers gives you better information. Better information allows you to add real value. You also do not have to fight every objection. Sometimes the strongest move is to agree and redirect the conversation. If someone says we only use our current suppliers, or we only use our current vendor, or we only use our current partner, a weak response is fighting that. But we're better. A stronger response is that is great. It sounds like you respect supplier relationships. What have they done particularly well for your team? Now you are no longer arguing. You are learning what matters to them. If someone says your price is too high, instead of defending the price immediately, you want to ask compared to what? You simply haven't built enough value. Here's another question you can ask. What would need to be included for the investment to make sense? Questions help you understand the real question rather than just the surface statement. And this is exactly why I'm building the sell better phase for the think better, sell better framework. Sell better isn't going to be a collection of a bunch of cheesy closing lines. It's going to teach people how to communicate more effectively, how to build rapport, how to ask calibrated questions, how to leverage mirroring, and how to label what someone might be feeling emotionally, and how to reframe objections, how to agree and redirect without arguing, how to guide the conversation while still allowing the person to feel understood. Because the best salespeople aren't salespeople that talk the most. They are people who create the best conversations. Here is a challenge I want to leave with you today. Before your next sales meeting or personal conversation, do not ask yourself, what do I need to say? Ask yourself, what questions should I ask this person so they feel understood and for me to build immediate rapport with them? Create anticipation, not anxiety. Become interested before trying to be interesting. And just watch how much better your conversations become. People rarely remember the perfect pitch, but they always remember the person that made them feel understood. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed my video. Please follow me on my YouTube channel. Also, you can check my website out, www.thinkbettersellbetter.co. Thanks so much, and have a great day.